Okay, today is April 10th, 2024. This is the Dunkirk steam boiler that I put in January. I come back to do a final video. To touch base. I didn't have time to do this, and I had to do some insulation, which I'm not the greatest of, I tell you the truth, but it's better than what it was in some of the heat staying in here. So this is the Dunkirk PSB -6D. Now, anybody's putting these in, make sure you read the directions. The instructions for this show that the Hartford loop, the water line is 6 inches instead of 2. As of 2021, I consulted with the rep for this. So he said to leave it like that, which I think is crazy because you're actually lowering the water level. But it is in the directions. Instead of the standard 2, it's 6. So that's the way it is, and you know, nothing to worry about, but it should be 2. Now, this is the insulation here. There was a problem with this radiator, or excuse me, convector. I replaced the trap and that works. Now, originally, the company that worked on this, they had Hoffman steam traps here. So I took them out, they were sticking, and put the F&T traps, floating thermostatic traps. And I put these vents here. You can put on the outlet, Hoffman vent or any other vent, and that helps. Now originally, the company that was here was heating and air conditioning. They had this vent over here on the main. This is the dry return. So the way this is supposed to work is you vent the air from all the radiators and convectors to the dry return. You're not supposed to have a main vent on the steam main. So the steam comes here, water drains, goes through this thermostatic float and thermostatic trap, and then you can put a vent here on the outlet of the trap, not the inlet. So this is the inlet of the steam main. This will seal off when the steam gets here, and any air goes through this will come out of here, then this seals off. You can't have a vent here all the time on a 2-pipe steam. And the same over here. They originally had one up in here, see? So this is the steam main, this is a dry return. So I capped this, and I had to put a new one here. The other vent was no good. So this is the steam main. Condensate will drain and fill in and go through. Any air will come through, then when the steam hits this shuts off and it stops. This was over here, it's no good. And then I added a little bit of insulation here. I have a problem here. I don't know where I got this in Pittsburgh. The tape is not staying stuck. So that's basically the conclusion of this Dunkirk. Slant fin was better. I like the slant fins. They come with a 2.5-inch tap, and the Dunkirks here they come with two on the side. I'm not a fan of that. They say that after they get past 4 sections, they have 2 taps. Slant fin went up to 300,000 BTU and had 1 tap right here. So the downfall, I mean, this is a decent borer, but they had some problems with the sparking in the ignition. There's a recall on that, actually. So the downfall with this is you have 2 2.5-inch taps. You have to use them. If that's accurate, I'm not 100% sure, but for the warranty, they want 2. You have more fittings to pipe this in. There's no need. So I think on my next steam boiler, I'm going to use a Well-McLean because they're similar to the slant fin. They come with 1 2.5-inch tap. Other than that, this boiler's worked pretty good. The other thing, Dunkirk, Lennox, Carrier, Bryan, and I think it's Columbia. There may be another one. Yeah, they give you the gauge to put over here. This is no good. This should be on a pigtail. So this is, to me, a manufacturer flaw. The slant fin, they give you all the assembly with the pigtail, the pressure gauge, a T, and the pressure gauge. So the pressure gauge is protected. Other than that, that's about all that's on here with this. It meets the requirements. Now, this boiler had a high draft here. I was going to modify this, but the carbon monoxide staying low, so I'm not going to do that until this would be out of warranty, because this damper seals off so the residual heat will stay in here. It's during the firing process you may lose some BTU. And compared to the first video, you can see this is day and night. They had a 300,000 BTU burn. So the carbon monoxide's low, so we're not going to modify that because it's still under warranty. You can see there I have a return line. Now the slant fin, they had 1.25 inches, but you had to bring 1.5 inches to the borer. Okay, so I'm having a problem with my SD card and this GoPro. It says update to newer version, faster speed. This is basically the conclusion of the Dunkirk. Other than that, I mean, it works, but I'm not a fan of it. Now, the Dunkirk hot water boilers I like. So, I think on my next one, like I stated, I'm going to go with the Well-McLean, because they give you that tap right over here, 2.5. And I don't believe it's necessary to have 2 taps on the borer, 2.5. So, in the meantime, this is a Vince Marino Plumbing LLC in Pittsburgh. If you have any hot water or steam heat in your house in Pittsburgh, especially steam, give me a call. There's a lot of people that are not working on steam, or they do and they don't have the expertise to work on it, and I've seen it, and I'm not bragging. So you can see by what I've done here with the water feeder and everything. As far as the insulation is immaterial. We want to keep the heat into the pipes the best we can. And if you're having a big gas bill, this could be a problem too, is to retain the heat. You want to insulate the near piping and the steam main. So in the meantime, I'm going to conclude this video. It's the follow-up of the initial January video. I haven't had no time to come back here, but as you can see, this is a pretty decent sized basement, not too big. This is original insulation. And one other thing, the floating thermostatic traps, you do not put the same size trap as your steam main, because the condensate that comes back is not equivalent to the 2-inch or 2.5. This is 2-inch, 2.5. So for this situation, it's a 3/4 floating thermostatic trap, and these got to be maintained. And this is a good alternative for your vent. You don't need to have one here, but you can. It helps get the air out and drain the water. So until the next steam boiler job, arrivederci.